Can I get a statement from you today while you're out here protesting? And if you tell me a little bit about what brought you out here today.
Well, the need brought me out here, the need to be here. I think it's important that we let, even on a local level, people around here know what's going on and let them know there's a vibrant Muslim community here and that we object to what's going on and we're going to make our voices heard.
Hi. Can you tell me what brought you out here today and what you're doing out here protesting?
We have family in Gaza, and I've been there 7 times in the refugee camp in Jabalia, and they need humanitarian aid very badly.
Can you tell me what brought you out here today?
Basically to try to stop the blockade and to stop U.S. military aid to Israel.
I am with the International Socialist Organization, and also I grew up in Kosovo, also under occupation, and you know, the people of Gaza cannot always speak for themselves in the international arena, and we cannot allow the U.S. government to continue the genocide by allowing the Israelis to get away with what they've done.
This is really a frustrating and an insane move from the Israeli government to attack these ships. It was carrying peaceful demonstrators and peaceful activists, and carrying food for people that have been actually under siege for quite some time. Kids, women, children are being affected every day, and that's inhumane. People in Gaza are being treated as basically in a closed camp, an operating camp, and we're in the 21st century. No one can accept this. No one that has a dignity, no matter what their religion is, no matter who they are, no one can accept that.
Just supporting my people and feel a little bit what they feel.
Being half Palestinian, half American, I'm right in the middle of it, literally. So, you know, just I just support my people. Who wouldn't?
What brought me out here today was this massacre on these boats. We were demonstrating last year when Gaza was being attacked. 1,500 people died. I think 1/3 of them children. And Israel, with the full support of the United States, and that's very important for people to understand. The United States funds this. Has blockaded Gaza to the point where various human rights agencies have talked about malnutrition, lack of medical care. They will not, after they were devastated and bombed, almost just heavily bombed a year and a half ago. The United States and Israel will not let any building materials in. Medicine has to go through, close scrutiny. And this is something, and as an American here, I think the biggest thing we need to do is get people to realize that the United States is funding all this to the tune of about $3.5 billion a year, and $3.5 billion unofficial that's given from the United States, and it finances these attacks.
So how do you feel about your tax dollars going to?
Well, I mean, it's this is one reason we're here. If you can read did you read our sign? It says, "No more U.S. billions for Israel's war crimes. World can't wait." And that's the group I'm with. And I think that's what we have to bring out, and people just don't know it. And there's also, I'm glad you're here from the media, because there's been pretty much a cover-up as much as they can. They've had to, it did happen, but pretty much you get the U.S. side and the Israeli side. In the Greensboro News and Record, the first day, there was not one quote from anyone other than someone from Israel or the official Israeli spokespeople.
So on that same note, how do you feel about the lack of response from the U.S. government? The really subdued response, which came out from the White House.
That's a response. I mean, no action is also a response, and that's exactly what they've done. They've called for an quote, impartial investigation. People need to be reminded that after the Gaza massacre, there was also an impartial UN-sponsored investigation headed by Judge Goldstone, who's a South African. He's Jewish. He did the Rwanda investigations, and he put out, I don't know, they investigated for about a year, and it was published and put out, and the U.S. blocked it in the United Nations, and of course Israel did too. So it pretty much got scuttled right there because the findings were Israel was responsible for about 95% of all the bloodshed, or maybe 98% of all the bloodshed in Gaza a year and a half ago. And so the United States response is to keep it locked down in the United Nations, not to do anything, and maybe let a little bit of aid trickle through. That's what I think is happening.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for doing this. I hope you put it out.
Wrong is wrong. And if we don't stand up for this, what are we going to stand up for?
Israel, stop the hiding, stop the lies!
Stop the hiding, stop the lies!
How many times have they died?
Mr. Lam, how are you?
Give me a statement as to what brought you out here today.
A statement. Well, we have to support Gaza, my brother. We also have to support the people that are dying. You know, Gaza's under occupation, under siege, under genocide. So these people are trying to help them, bring in tens of thousands of tons of aid and food and whatnot. And they're going to come and they're going to actually attack them and kill innocent people just to keep the blockade closed. This is crimes against humanity, crimes in general. This has to be condemned. So people, they have to be aware of what's going on.
I'm out here because, well, basically I'm disgusted with what's happening. I mean, it's heartless. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I guess I'm here because I know the difference between right and wrong.